But another thing, Teresa, we have to talk about, people have been missing you. You've been gone for almost a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, 7 weeks ago, I had my right hip replaced. And our own Meghan Yost kind of documented the whole thing. Meg?
Thank you, Teresa. The hip joint is the largest joint in our body. It's also the most important, allowing us to walk, run, and jump. So when the hip isn't working right, it can be debilitating and painful. That's what happened to Teresa. Take a look.
It's 6 a.m. on a Monday morning in late January.
Ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
And CT Style host and Good Morning Connecticut traffic reporter Teresa Dufour is getting ready to head into the OR.
Yeah, I've been dealing with hip pain for the last 7 years, and it's time that I got it done.
Teresa is about to have a total hip replacement, not something you often hear about a 36-year-old healthy woman.
I love you too, bye honey.
There'll be a big sense of relief when somebody comes out and says she's all set and we can see her again.
I first started having pain, I'd say back in 2009. It just was, something wasn't right. And I said, you know, I better go see a doctor and figure out what's going on.
Teresa's problem began at birth when her hip didn't develop correctly. The hip joint is made of a ball and socket held in place by a capsule. But in some infants, that capsule is loose, so the ball pops in and out.
And over time, if the ball isn't sitting in the socket perfectly, the ball doesn't form as a round ball.
Gail, thank you, and good morning, folks. We're watching a minor accident here in the capital city.
That condition is called hip dysplasia, and over the past 2 years, it caused Teresa to develop a limp and at times pain.
The pain is from bone rubbing on bone. As the cartilage wears away, the underlying bone, which has nerve endings in it, rubs on the bone when you have discomfort.
After Teresa's son Dante was born last year, the problem only got worse.
I couldn't walk up the stairs holding the baby, and at that point, I realized, wow, this is an issue. This is starting to affect my everyday life.
Teresa knew she needed to take action.
You ready to go?
So on January 25th, she underwent robotic-assisted hip replacement surgery at Hartford Hospital.
Hit it.
During the procedure, sensors mapped out a 3D model of Teresa's hip, giving her surgeon a more exact set of eyes.
It basically makes the procedure a lot more precise.
2025, is that the numbers we got?
Dr. Paul Murphy removed the misshapen head or ball of Teresa's femur and replaced it with an implant.
This is a cobalt chrome head we're going to put on there.
He then reshaped her hip socket and fit it with a cup-like implant. Over the next 6 weeks, both implants fused together with her bones.
That went well, nice job.
Teresa wasted no time getting back on her feet. About 5 hours after surgery, she was up and walking around her hospital room.
It was incredible that I had this new piece of me, and it was already working, and it was already helping with my life.
So let's work on strengthening up your quadricep muscle.
2 weeks later, I stopped by to check in on Teresa.
Push, 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 work.
Before the surgery, Teresa's right leg was about 1.5 centimeters shorter than her left, causing her limp.
Good, perfect.
Now that our hips are even, she's relearning how to walk the right way.
The baby and I are learning how to walk together.
For 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, Teresa works with a physical therapist.
Let's do the other leg now. Each patient is going to be different, so there's not a one size fits all. I pretty much go in and I evaluate the patient and I find out where their weaknesses are, and then I focus their exercises on that.
He's really pushes me to the limit, though. This is the most I've sweat in a long time.
Right foot up, shift onto it.
But for Teresa, every step she takes is a step towards her goal.
There you go. I want to be able to chase Dante around. I want to be able to walk around Disney World with him. He's going to be an active little kid. I want to play soccer with him, and none of that would have been a reality if I didn't have the surgery.
And for this mom on a mission,
You're a good boy.
every moment of her recovery is worth the reward.
We're getting ready for a nap.
For CT Style, I'm Meghan Yost.
Meg, you captured it so well.
nice.
Thank you for doing that.
I'm happy to
Excellent
do
job,
it.
Meg.
It was a crazy journey to follow, so.
You didn't mind being in the OR?
I didn't. So my background is in health news, but you know, it's different seeing somebody that you know so well getting surgery. When you were going under anesthesia, I really started to feel bad for you, and I was worried about you. So it's Meg, you're the best. Oh, thanks, Teresa.
Such a sweetheart. Now for you, Teresa, I mean, we saw the metal joint essentially going in. Do you feel a lot of that now? Do you feel the...
I have zero pain, which is great, because that was the problem to begin with. I feel like there's something in my legs still, and I'm getting used to walking the correct way. I was compensating for 6-7 years,
right.
so now I have to learn how to walk properly. So if you notice, I still have a little bit of a limp, But you know, I had this since birth, and now they're kind of paying more attention to hip dysplasia at birth. You'll even see babies in a brace to try and fix the problem, so they don't have to deal with this later in life.
And Dr. Murray said that he expects your hip replacement to last about 40 years, so that's good news.
I love Dr. Murray. He did a great job.
Such a nice guy.
So this is it now. We'll talk about it again when I'm 75, I hope. Right?
And we saw Dante there crawling. He'll be walking soon. So this was necessary so that you could chase him around, as you said, play soccer.
Oh yeah, I knew there was a problem because I couldn't walk up or down the stairs with him.
Well,
But anyway, we're back.
Very happy to have you back.
Thank you.
Excellent job, Megan.